This content is brought to you by BEC Financial Technologies, developing and operating IT for Danish banks.
Please welcome Beata on the stage.
Hello, my name is Beata, and I see that my bio is not actual because now I am working as a lead technical architect for Atos company from Bydgoszcz, but still I am a developer, so I am working as a backend developer or front-end developer, whatever. But now I am closer to security topics rather than to data topics, but still I am using SQL or data in my job. What I am doing, my daily activities are related to AI security topics. So I am working with Microsoft Defenders, with Microsoft Intune, with Sentinel, Microsoft Entra, but also with Microsoft Copilots and Azure OpenAI. And I am creating documentation like high-level design or low-level design. I am creating proposals for clients, but also I am working as a developer, front-end developer, and we are creating Teams app right now. And we are trying to involve in this project also Microsoft Copilots. And it is not very easy to do this. And today we will talk about question, and this question I hear very often from my clients. So why we need custom copilots, why we need custom solutions when there is a lot of opportunities, a lot of programs on the market. So why we cannot use a normal ChatGPT, because the people love the ChatGPT, the people like to work with ChatGPT. So why we need the custom solutions? And then we start talking, and they are telling us about their requirements, so about security, about possibility to do something, or to create a solution, especially for this specific company, for their company, for their needs. So sometimes we need to create custom solutions, and to create this custom solution in theory is very easy. So you can create a new application in a few days, and in real life it is not so easy as usual, because sometimes there are technical issues or issues with licenses, and probably the biggest issue is the issue with people, with developers, because you need to have developers with specific knowledge. And you need to tell them about the possibilities, but also about the limits. Okay, I love copilots from one side, but from other side I hate copilots. Why? I ask Microsoft Copilot this from Edge to create an image for presentation about Azure OpenAI and Microsoft Copilots. So I think this guy is a copilot, and this is Azure OpenAI. As you see, there is Azicrosoft. I don't know what is this. And the same is when you start working with built-in solutions. You can get amazing answers, and you can create a prompt, and this prompt can be amazing, and the result can be amazing. But very often there is a phrase or a sentence which I like: shit input means shit output. So it means wrong prompt means wrong answer. But sometimes very good prompt means the same, because we don't have proper data, we don't have high quality data to get the proper answer, to get answer, interesting answer. What is Azure OpenAI? as you probably know, Azure OpenAI was built on OpenAI models, so we can use this Azure OpenAI, and this is a combination of OpenAI models with Microsoft infrastructure, so Azure infrastructure, and we can get access to very advanced models. So the models were trained by Microsoft, and we can talk about very good optimization, very good performance, and these models are cheap, not too expensive. If you want to work, with these models, and also we can use these models, and we know that Microsoft also provide us with the security, with this specific security related to Azure, so we can use these models without any afraid. Maybe not without any afraid, but this is still the same. This is still the same provider. And what is OpenAI? According to the definition, a cloud-based service providing access to advanced AI models, integrates with Microsoft Azure for scalability and security, and support various AI tasks like language understanding and language generation. So you can use cognitive services, and you can combine Azure OpenAI models, for example, with cognitive services. So you can combine. Last time I worked with project when we needed to combine Azure OpenAI with custom vision. So using this combination, we can put an image, and we can ask about description of this image. So Azure OpenAI provides us a nice description for this image. And also we can create a custom models, for example, at our images, and we cannot support for the models. But benefits of using Azure OpenAI, I think that there is a lot of benefits using Azure OpenAI, but also you can find some limits and benefits. If you are using Azure infrastructure, so integrates Azure OpenAI with Azure infrastructure is very easy, because almost everything works, and it is very easy to, for example, embed this model into your application, like C# application, Python application, JSON, or other application, or other kind of applications. There is not. You can find some issues when you want to integrate Azure OpenAI with other vendors like Amazon or GPC, but also this is still possible, and you can work with models without any issues, without any limits, and there is a difference between ChatGPT and Azure OpenAI. So in Azure OpenAI, I can add almost every service from Azure. Yeah, so I can combine this Azure OpenAI with Power BI, or with Logic Apps, or with functions, Azure functions, and also, you need to know that Microsoft is very aware about security. So very often you need to click this checkbox that you know about the responsibility, and you need to provide the statement then that you cannot use this solution for bad things. For example, you cannot use this solution to, I don't know, to be a thief or to be a bad hacker. And key features of Azure OpenAI: access to powerful models, and of course from OpenAI, like GPT-4, now 0A, fine-tuning capabilities and specific business, according to specific business needs, and of course built-in tools, because we have amazing Azure OpenAI Studio. So you can use this studio, and you can create an application or solution based on specific model in few minutes, because you need to create resource, then you need to go to Azure OpenAI Studio, then you need to create deployment based on your model, and then you can, for example, test your assistant or create some images. Of course, very often you need to tune your models, because not every time the results are proper, and why we build custom solution when we want to use our own data or clients' data, and we don't know to use data, for example, from internet. And how to set your environment. So this is the first issue. When you want to work with Azure OpenAI, why? Because even if you have Azure subscription, so you don't have access by default to Azure OpenAI. You need to fill some specific form, and you need to put information about your data, your first name, surname. You need to put information about your Azure subscription, and you need to put information about your company identifier, our Polish national identity, tax identity, something like this. And without this information about company, Microsoft doesn't allow you to use Azure OpenAI. And I can tell you that I am cooperating with Microsoft, I don't know, for 15 years right now. And I asked 5 or 6 times before Microsoft gave me access to my own personal access to Azure OpenAI. So first you need to fill form, and you need to type information about to which models you want to have access. Because we have different models like ChatGPT, but also DALL-E for images, but also Whistler for natural language processing for speech to text. And I don't have access to all of these models. Why? Because I asked many months ago, and Microsoft gave me this access, and now Microsoft told me that no, I am not allowed to use these services, maybe later. And at the beginning of this service, Microsoft also asks you about the application, type of application, what you want to build, why you want to build this application. And you need to know that Microsoft always check or monitor these applications. So if you want to create something improper, so Microsoft can disable your subscription. Trust me, Microsoft disabled me subscriptions. Why? Because we wanted, together with my colleague, connect my subscription with nasty program, and Microsoft disabled my subscription, and I needed to talk with Microsoft and to explain what happened and why. Why? Because we are talking about responsibility. And even some companies lost access to Azure OpenAI because their application seems to be not proper. So you need to remember about this. And building your first AI Copilot or your first AI application you can find a lot of samples on GitHub. You can use the samples from Microsoft Stack, but also from other people. You can ask Microsoft community about the example, or you can start from scratch. And you can, of course, ask ChatGPT about this application, but there is a lot of documentation related to the application. But when you need to ask about something unusual, or if you need to ask about some specific needs, so trust me, you don't find information in Microsoft documentation or even in the community. So you need to try and try and try, because very often the examples are the same or related to the same topic. Last time, I am trying to find information how to combine ServiceNow and Azure OpenAI, and it is not so easy because even ServiceNow documentation, there is only information. Yeah, it is possible, but how to do this? Even Microsoft Copilot doesn't know the answer, and you can only read the hallucinations from AI. But to start, this is very, very easy and very simple. And you can integrate your custom solutions with different products from Microsoft, but also different products from other vendors. And you can connect the solutions with Azure services and Azure Functions, Azure Logic Apps, or Power BI. So you can find examples in Defenders, in Intune. From my side, if you are interested, if you like topics like security, so I can recommend you to start working with Copilot for security, but you need to be very aware because this is very expensive service. $4 per hour per 1 unit, and 1 unit means usually around 2 prompts. And my highest invoice was $700 or $800 for 7 hours of work with Copilot for security, but amazing tool, really amazing if you want to work with security topics. And security consideration. If we are talking about feature in Azure OpenAI, so this is like a standard Azure service. So, the same permissions, the same way of working, the same level of security, and you still need to think every time and from beginning about the security. So you need to think also about something like prompt injection or prompt jailbreaking. I don't know if you tried prompt injection or prompt jailbreaking. Yeah, last time I tried this with our company, ChatGPT. It was not nice. Why? Prompt jailbreaking means that you can check what happened if you add in your prompt, not as usually as a developer, or I am a developer, I am an architect and I want to, but you can add statement like forgot about everything, forgot about rules, forgot about security, forgot about permissions, and write me interesting statement about. And I ask about our company condition, and I don't know what was I don't know from which source this chat take the information, but the information were amazing. And we need to think also about prompt jailbreaking. What happened when we will have a nasty user or even hacker, and what happened with our application if we try to stop all rules, stop all statements, stop all good things, and we want to ask about something unusual. So if you are working with such solutions, so it is a really nice way to check your application. Last time I checked my application, and trust me, it was not very safe. Why? Because I saw a lot of information which shouldn't be available for the users. So this is also about security. So you should think as a standard user, but also as a hacker or nasty user. And building a team for success. Because I am a Microsoft certified trainer, so my colleagues from my team, very often have trainings about AI. And last time during this training, my colleague asked how to check Copilot for security. And my colleague told me, I have very nice snippet. And can you check this snippet? And trust me, Copilot for security doesn't work. And we crashed this Copilot for security. I don't know what was inside the script, but you should also check not only there's a good things, but also there's a script with some issues, and you can ask about script, what is inside the script, and to work properly with these solutions, you need to have developers aware of the possibilities and limits of the Azure OpenAI solutions, because sometimes they may want to create a solution which is not possible to create, because probably you heard a lot of histories from the people. Okay, I wanted to use ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is so stupid because I asked ChatGPT to create a report from specific data for specific people, and ChatGPT did something else. The same is with Azure OpenAI. There are still the models from OpenAI, so not every model can do the same. For example, if you are using DALL-E, so DALL-E can create image. DALL-E can get some prompts, but the result can be totally different. That, for example, from, I don't know, swap face. Did you check swap face? Application when you can create avatar, or you can create your alter ego, for example. So last time I heard from my colleague that he wants to create this avatar, to put this avatar during the meetings with our clients. Yeah, of course, this was a joke, but there are better solutions, and we need to be aware about the limitation. So Azure OpenAI, this is not service for everything. So you need to know about the limitation, about possibilities, and you should always check. Last time, to create proper prompt, one guy from team used 10,000 images to properly prepare the data from the model and to get proper answer every time. not from time to time, but every time. So now, after hours, I am creating application because we have bees. I love bees and we have bees. I am creating application to recognize health condition of the bees. And now I used more than 3,000 images, different images of the bees, and still I didn't get the proper result. Yes, so it means that I need more and more pictures to tune my model. And measuring success, of course, business like KPIs. So what is very hard for me working with the solution to say stop. After, I don't know, 1 week, 2 weeks, to say stop, I cannot do this. It is not possible to stop searching the internet, to stop searching the Google, to stop asking my colleagues, is it this possible? So sometimes you need to say stop. It is not possible to do with the models. We need to wait for better models, or we need to choose another products. And ethical consideration, I talk about this. You should know that ethic is very important for Microsoft, and very often you need to click this checkbox that you know about the responsibility and reliable AI. And I love this built-in content filtering. Why? Because when I am working with Copilot for M365, for example, and when I am using translation or transcript, so if you want to use bad words, like Polish popular words, so content filtering works very, very good, because you will see only asterisk instead of the words. And also Copilot for, not Copilot, but Azure OpenAI is compliant with our regulations. So with human rights, with information about gender, about intrusion, and so on and so on. So you should know, many years ago, one application was very popular. Probably you remember this application, Face API or something like this. So using this application, you were able to take a picture of yourself and show your picture 20 years after this date. And Microsoft disabled this functionality. Why? Because some people use this functionality, for example, to create improper pictures or in wrong way. So you need to remember about diversity, inclusion, and all ethical rules, and cost effectiveness. Creating 100 images with DALL-E free will cost you $4. So 100 different images, 100 different images in high quality cost around $8. So the services mainly are very cheap. So you can use the services, you can train a lot, and for example, one month of very extensive work with DALL-E cost me around $12. So not a lot, and you have also flexible plans, so you can use pay as you go, you can use subscriptions, and also if you are, for example, not non-profit organization, so there are special plans for these organizations. If you are developers, I recommend you to use Copilot for GitHub. And you should know that if you are creating open source project, or if you are educational institution or you are a student, so you can use this Copilot for GitHub for free. So first you should read the information about the license. And of course, we have pre-trained models, fine-tuned models, you can create custom models. So I told about this. And you can use another services like machine learning, like Visual Studio Code or Visual Studio 2022. And use cases in business. There is a lot of examples of Azure OpenAI successful deployments, and now we are trying to combine our Teams app application with intelligent chatbots, so to help users with their issues. For example, we want to allow user to ask chatbot how to reset my password. I don't remember who is responsible for this topic, or I don't remember this URL for the support team, or I don't even want to talk with support team, for example, people from Malaysia or other country. So it is easier to talk with chatbot, and it is easier to ask chatbot about something than to ask a guy from support, yeah? And we can generate content for marketing, product descriptions, and internal documentation. It is really very easy, for example, to write a statement or only some points, some bullet points, and then ask Copilot or Azure OpenAI solution to create, for example, some amazing stuff about our company. I can recommend you to go to Copilot, this free version, Copilot of Edge, and to ask about amazing bio for you. For example, I don't know, for Hubert or someone else, but this must be amazing. And because my surname is Zalewa, so last time I wanted to show my colleagues how to work with this kind of prompts, and I asked about Zalewa, and the first link was news, Polsat News. What Polsat News? Why Polsat News? Okay, the information was about flood in Poland, and the title was Zalewa nas woda. Yeah, but Zalewa means Zalewa, so you can always tell that it should be used according to the specific files or specific regulations, and improve customer experience. Of course, if you create good solutions, so you can improve customer experience. But if the solution will be wrong, so the customer can't be happy in any way. So you need to test. The solutions in easy way, and according to the security, it is very hard to test this kind of application. So there's a built-in applications like ChatGPT, because you really doesn't know about the data, about the source of the data, about quality of the data. And this is very hard to test this kind of application, because I can create prompt and I can send this prompt to my colleagues, and they can tell me, no, I don't see your answer. I can see totally different answer. So using custom solutions with your own data allows you to test this application properly, to be sure that every time the answer will be the same. So when we are trying to work with the chatbots, so the same prompt and totally different answers every time, yeah? Sometimes this is the proper answer, sometimes this is a hallucination. So If you want to work, for example, with the pen testers, so pen testers can tell you, okay, but how can I test this application? By the way, in Polish pen tester, last time I read in announcement tester pura. So pen tester, but it is very hard. Okay, another issue from developers' perspective: how to create tests for the prompts. Yeah, so it is. In theory, maybe in real life, it is very hard to create tests. So we are trying to use, for example, application written in C# or in Python, and to create some unit test, or to create some automation test. So using Selenium, but it is not very easy where you are working with built-in data, yeah, with the data from the internet. And okay, of course, integration with my ecosystem, high availability and reliability. So it means that if you are hosting, there's a solutions on Azure infrastructure. So the services are available over 60 regions. But it is not totally true. Why? Because if you want to work with DALI, so DALI model is available only in East US, in Sweden Central, and in Australia East, probably, only three regions. So first, you need to check in which region you can use this model. And the second, different regions means different quota or different models available. So, for example, in Poland Central, I have only 4 models, and in East US 36. So you should be aware about this. And what next? Training AI models. Probably the longest part, because maybe not, because probably the longest part is to think about the solution, what we really need. But the second is to train the model, and no one can tell you how many images you need to train your model properly, how many prompts you need to test to get the proper answer, how many data you need to put to get proper answer. So no one knows about this, because you need to train and train and train. And so why? There are useful sources, like, for example, from Kaggle University, where you can go there and you can find trained models, and you can first test the models, check the properties needed to train this model, and then you can start training your own model. Probably, if you have some idea about application, so someone else probably think about this kind of application. So you need to ask, for example, ChatGPT, or you need to check GitHub, Kaggle, or Microsoft stuff to find the information. And challenges, a lot of challenges. For me, the first challenge is how to find the proper model, because you need to very often you need to test many models to get the proper result. I was involved in a project, and at the beginning, the information was, this will be a very fast job, around 3 months, no more. Yeah, no more. And after more than 1 year, okay, we still have some issues. We still have some improper data, and we need to work more. Very often very often clients want to have a solution a solution to get data from documents. We have a specific library in our company with thousands of documents. And if I want to find something useful about Intune, for example, so it means that I need to check 10, 20, sometimes 30 different documents. And I can, of course, I can ask my colleagues, but my colleague, did you check this document? No. No, there is no this document. And you can use, for example, Azure AI, what is the name? Azure AI Documents? Oof. Okay, AI Document Intelligence, thank you. For example, with Azure AI Search, to get data from this document and later allows your user, for example, to ask about this document. And you can ask, okay, I want to know about last proposal from client X. But you still need to have proper documents with proper data. So last time I was involved in a very long project to check more than 100 documents. If the data are still relevant, if the data are still up to date, maybe something changed during this time. So a lot of work, not specific work to AI, but very often to prepare the proper data with high quality. And real life success stories, of course, you can find in the internet. Okay, there's information about there's a success story. I asked Copilot. So probably this is true because the internet is telling the same, but we can check. Okay, training resources and okay. 5 minutes, only 5 minutes, because I want to show you how it works in real life. What you need is Azure OpenAI service. And as I told you, if you have subscription without this Azure OpenAI service, so you will be able to go to this place and type OpenAI. And you should choose this icon. Then you will be able to click this create button. But if you go to this place, under this resource group, there will be a red statement like you don't have access to Azure OpenAI service. You need to fill this form to get access to this service. And without your company email, I have my company website very often, very old in Polish. Why? Because Microsoft asked me about my company website. And I have another, my blog, but the name of this blog, the URL for this blog is totally different than the URL for the name of the company. So I still have this website because Microsoft is always asking me about this website, and we can create some resource group. And first steps, you need to check region. And if you choose East US, so you will have access to all models, to all possibilities. But if you use, for example, Poland Central, I can even be a Poland, and I can even use Poland Central. The name must be unique, so Azure OpenAI demo, Beata. I hope this will work. Standard 0, content review policy. I know this policy. You should read the policies. Next, information about network, about tax, and about review plus submit and create. So I hope it will work. And if this, when this resource will be during this time, I can show you my previous projects. So maybe this one, and we can add this one. And in this place, you can read only information about permissions. We need to go to Azure OpenAI Studio. And if I go to this Azure OpenAI Studio, first, I have information about my models. Second, I have information about quotas. And so models, chat, completions, DALI, assistant, still in preview. And there are models. And how many models I have? Okay, not DALI, DALI 3, GPT 35, Turbo, and so on and so on. But the most important things for me is information about quotas. Quotas means how many services can I have in the same time. So as you see, capacity for DALI, I should have one deployment. Oh yeah, what happened? So yeah, I use one of two, and to get more information about quotas, I need to go to the models, and if you go to the models, I can create new deployment. For DALI 3, the deployment is created automatically, and deploy name, something like this, select a model, so you can choose your model. I know. So it can be for 0 mini, for O mini, global, how many tokens. So means how many tokens you can use per minute. Tokens is a way of paying for the service, and generally 1,000 tokens means around 750 words. So including data from prompts, data from input, and data from answers, so from output. And tokens per minute means how many prompts you can send to this Copilot. For learning purposes, around 10,000 is enough. And if you create this deployment, you can test your solution. And totally different situation will be if I will create this. If I created this resource in Poland Central, because this is my subscription, and I don't know why. Let me minimize a little bit. So, as you see, many different models. I know, too small. Okay, this is. So, you see, for different models, different quota. But if I check my region, and if I type Poland Central, no, Poland, I want to move to Poland Central. No data found. So it means in Poland Central, I cannot use any model. Of course, we can choose, we can check standard or provisioned or global standard. So this is global standard, but as you see, I can use only GPT-4 Turbo, GPT-4 O. And maybe DALI at the, because I want to finish. So how to create a prompt? A crazy hacker monkey. Something like this. Generate. So we need to wait. You can use more realistic images or with more fantasy. Yeah, a hacker, but DALI, a Python, the developer. I love Python developer. I love this example. Why? I don't know why very often this developer is from India. Yeah, a Python developer from India, but better is if you ask about, sorry girls, a girl Python developer. Wait. Very often this developer is a backend developer. Why? Because the code is visible on the back of the monitor. Yeah. So we are talking about Python developer and front-end developer. Yeah. So a girl Python developer. So this girl is white, but female. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and I always try to count the number of fingers. Yeah, because... Okay, so probably this example shows why sometimes you should use your own data for these AI solutions. So yeah, free hands. I don't know why. Okay, if you want to, but you can of course download. You can of course download, but you can also check the code. So information about key authentication, so custom authentication, Entra ID authentication, different languages like Python, JSON, C#, Java, Go, JavaScript. Of course, the number of the kind of these languages depends on the model, because different models means different methods. But yeah, this girl is really amazing. Yeah, free hands but how many smartphones? Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, do you have any questions?
Beata, big applause for her. Thanks so much. And we have a little statue for you.
Oh my God.